be doing a little bit of a Treyarch Zombies map tier list. So I'm gonna basically be going through till World at War through Cold War. Cause I never played the newest. Well, yeah, I guess I never played Vanguard. And I mean, I guess so. There's a few criteria we're using. We're gonna go with number one, atmosphere slash setting. How does the map feel when like outside of gameplay? Number two, gameplay wise, I guess all the features, wonder weapons, pack punch, what the map has to offer, and then off of that kind of replayability type stuff. I think those two are somewhat related, but they're different. Because the map could be replayable and not have a lot of features, and then the last two are going to be like difficulty slash like high rounding, because I think that's a factor if some people are interested in that. And then the other thing is the Easter egg. We're gonna, look at Easter eggs if it has one, if it doesn't, how the Easter egg affects like the gameplay of the map. Looks like these are in order. So starting off with knocked, going with average. It really like you can't really put it below average or above average because they didn't really know what they were doing. I mean they did, but it was the first zombies map ever. Um, So it was very simple, just a mystery box and a few wall buys, no pack punch, no anything, like 2 doors, 3 doors, yeah, 3 doors, right, to open. Um, Basically 3 rooms, and I mean it kicked off everything else you see here, so you can't really say good or bad about it. Verrucked, ooh, I'm gonna go with good. The only reason is because they added perks, and it's probably one of the scariest settings in existence. And this is like the pre-Easter egg era, so none of these maps are gonna have Easter eggs. Um, and yeah, I think it was also a very hard map as well. It's very close quarters. If you have 4 players, you start on different sides, and you have to meet up. So that's what to say about that. Shino Numa, I'm gonna go with average. I mean, you can get to round like 10,000 on this map. Just sit by the flogger. I mean, it's pretty hard to. It's difficult to set up the first 10 rounds, but once you get through that, like it's easy. And then there's like the health glitch in World at War, where like every however many rounds the zombies have 1 health or something. The insta kill once you get past a certain round. I don't know. It's definitely like you know what? It's similar to Verruct in terms of setting as well. So I'm gonna move it up. They're Reese. Also a good map. Probably one of the more innovative maps. We're gonna talk about these because these are basically the same map in my eyes. It's just this was on a different engine than this one, so this one people tend to remember more. And this is also the game that like kind of sparked the entire golden age of Call of Duty. Maybe you could argue Modern Warfare 2, but I think Black Ops 1 was like the start of the peak of Call of Duty. And Kino is actually easier than Derice because there's only one thing you have to set up as opposed to like 3 teleporter pads. Kino, all you have to do is set up and your links, you're good to go. Fuck. Um, I wish this Kino would have come out in World at War, because then these next few maps would have had more meaning to them. 5, I'm going with good as well. Um, Another launch map in Black Ops 1, no Easter egg, but the setting was awesome. It was at the Pentagon. Super cool, super like difficult map. If you're not like well versed in it, like I remember this was one of the first times I played it. I was like, damn, dude, we made it to like round 5. This map's hard. Didn't know how to do it. I think it's more replayable than Kino for that reason. I mean, Kino's more high roundable, but 5 definitely more replayable because it kind of you want to improve on it. Ascension, I'm gonna go with great for Ascension. Only because it had the first main Easter egg, I guess. Technically, I mean, it wasn't really that much of an Easter egg. Let's be honest here. The board record's like 5 minutes or something stupid like that, and you have to have 4 players in box luck. I think Ascension was really cool. The rocket, I think I played Ascension more than Kino. It was just like double the size of Kino to Toten. There's more room to run around. It kind of like set the precedent for like the more modern zombies maps. The big spread out area, which brings us to the next one, Call of the Dead. I'll go with great again. I feel like this was a map that was underappreciated at the time it came out, but it had the first Easter egg you could do solo. I remember doing that all the time, so that adds replayability. The only downside I'd say is the wonder weapons. Like I don't know. The scavenger was really cool, but it tops off at like round 30, and the VR11 really the only time you'd use it is for the Easter egg. So that's why that map. And also you could get extra perks for killing George. Shangri-La, another great map. Once again, another map that's kind of underappreciated because it's pretty hard. Easter egg was really cool. One of the coolest wonder weapons, the baby gun, and kind of cool like gadgets. The traps, somewhat like RNG involved with the perk locations. Could be drug or speed cola. Um, yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I have to say about that one. Kind of annoying with like the special zombie types they added, like the napalm zombie, but I'd say overall a replayable map, good Easter egg, great wonder weapon. So definitely a great map. Moon, honestly, another dude. So many bangers in a row. Not even bangers, just like great maps in a row in their second game ever. Moon, yeah, it's an iconic Easter egg for sure. Richtofen involved heavily. Samantha, the hacker. There was a lot of content on this map. The excavators. Um, this was a hard map too when it first came out. I had no idea how to play this map, so I remember like playing it over and over again, trying to get better. The Wonder Weapon's pretty cool just because it makes like the microwave ding noise when you shoot zombies with it. So I mean that honestly already makes it a great map alone. Once again, a huge map compared to like Kino. Transit. I'm sorry. I've played more Transit than a lot of people have. Had two Easter eggs, Bax's versus Richtofen side. That was probably the coolest part, but the jet gun sucks. The part system in Black Ops 2 sucked, like how you gather buildables, I should say. The bus was stupid. The denizens were stupid. The fog was stupid. They just got a little too ambitious. That's pretty much all it was um, with this map. It had this map came out in like a different engine, I think it would have been okay because they probably would have like remade it. But a common theme we're gonna see with these next maps is that the Black Ops 2 engine sucks. In my opinion, I think it's the worst one, even worse than World at War, because World at War kind of like set the precedent. Like they didn't know. Black Ops 2, man, not a good engine. Bus Depot, I'm gonna go average. It's basically Nocturne Toten, just in Black Ops 2. Nothing to it. Survival map, no perks, no pack a punch, just a box and a few doors. Very bare bones. Farm, I'm gonna go with, I'm gonna go with average. I don't think it's as good as Rucked or like Shido Numa because the atmosphere is what's lacking. I mean, you're just on a farm. Like, if you're gonna play a survival map, you're gonna play this next one, which is Town, which is good. It's kind of like the map you hop on casually in Black Ops 2. I remember just finding public games and playing with random people on this map. You could just chill. You could pack a bunch of weapons. Um, buy a few perks, train. I mean, once you got used to the lava, it was a pretty easy map. Way better than Farm. Nuketown, I'm gonna go with good only because it's very RNG, like replayable based with the order that the perks or pack a punch come down. Like, you're gonna not get jugged till round 25, or you can also get it around 5. I think that's awesome. Um, and other than that, like it's just a survival map. That's uh, that's all there is to it. I mean, basically, yeah, these two survival maps are worse than these two. That's pretty much the justification here. Die Rise, I'm going great. I mean, I think this suffers once again from the Black Ops 2 engine. But also, like, I didn't never really die to like fall damage as much as people think. I mean, it's pretty hard to mess it up. I think it's easier to die to fall damage on Moon from the launch pads where you didn't have Jug as compared to Die Rise. I think they just stick out more because they're so like absurd the way you die. And Slick of Fire, probably like one of the best wonder weapons in history. I love the Slick of Fire so much. Um, and yeah, once again, the buildable system in Black Ops 2 sucked. So that's really its downfall. Mob with Dead, I'm going with great. It hasn't aged well. That's the only reason. It's what, over 10 years old now? Well, roughly 10 years old, almost exactly. And yeah, it hasn't aged well, in my opinion. Like, I feel like, you look at, there's a bunch of Origins speedruns, Shadows of Evil speedruns still, like, happening, and no one's touching Mob of the Dead. Um, but it's a great map. It's very replayable. I think this was the map I played the most in Black Ops 2. I love the setting, Alcatraz, the Hell's Retriever. The Easter egg was fun. Great Easter egg, continuing the cycle or ending the cycle with the Weasel. Um, so yeah, that's a great map. And I don't know if I said this already, but I don't think there's any bad like Treyarch Zombies maps per se. That's why most of these are gonna be in the middle. Um, this is gonna be like the top 5 or 6 probably, the near perfect. Below average is gonna be like the bottom like 3 or 4, 5, 6. I don't know. We'll see how it shapes up. But like there's no perfect maps and there's no like terrible maps. I think they're all like around average to below average or good or great. Because I generally enjoyed my time playing most of these maps. Buried. Um, I'm gonna go down to good for buried. Yeah, I know. Die Rise above buried. All these above buried. Yes. Um, actually, no, I'm going back on it. It's a great map. Super easy. Like so much content to do with Leroy. Just a huge map. A cool setting too. Like an underground, like Western 1800s type shit. I think that's badass. Cool wonder weapon. It introduced the Ray Gun Mark II. It has the paralyzer. What else? They have time bomb. The subsurface resonator. Is that what it's called? It's been a long time since I've played that map. Near Perfect is the first one. Origins. I actually think Black Ops 3 Origins was better than Black Ops 2 Origins for the simple reason that Black Ops 2 Origins sucks once again. Like it, Origins when it. So my only issue with Origins, I almost put it in great, but I think it's just such an iconic map in the series that you got to put it at near perfect tier. The only thing with Origins is it's super replayable, bunch of content, cool atmosphere, like the war and everything. But the thing that brings it down is that I feel like I can't play it casually. I have to like sweat and get the stabs every time. Do shit every time, and it's just a process to gather all the parts. I mean, I don't really need to say much about Shadows. It's been solo Easter egg is insanely optimized. It's ridiculous watching these guys play it. It was, dude. I feel like it was underappreciated at the time. People didn't realize how much of a banger it was till like I don't know, a month or two after release. Because I didn't really like it at the time, and then I'm like, wow, this is actually a pretty good map. Definitely a different setting compared to the rest of the Black Ops 3 maps, but got the job done. Cool wonder weapon. Introduced Widow's Wine, right? But I didn't like how in depth getting Pack Punch open was. The Giant, I mean, that's gonna be the same as the Reese. It just in a better engine and more modern. That's the only difference. Dreisendrach, Drahach, best Zombies map of all time. It's basically Origins, except you can play it casual. That's the way I see it. The bows are sick. It's on a castle. That's really awesome too. The Panzer adds some difficulty, otherwise it'd be too easy of a map. There's a few training spots. You got the rocket launch, the death ray trap. A lot of features on this map. And once again, Black Ops 3 engine, so automatically better than anything in Black Ops 2. Zetsubo, oof. Alright, that's great. I didn't know, dude, Zetsubo, the only bad thing, so the plant system was great. The fact that you have to plant, oh, by the way, forgot, Dries and Dry Hot Easter egg, first boss map, or first boss fight in Zombies Easter egg, so automatically, like, innovating. So automatically, like, near perfect, just because it's such a good map on its own. Zetsubo, though, good Easter egg. I enjoyed it. Cool wonder weapon as well. KT4 or the Masamune. Dude, I need to go back and play these maps. But the plant system was cool, like really awesome. But it was annoying that it like every 3 rounds, you couldn't get a plant until every 3 rounds, and just too much to keep track of. But yeah, I remember playing this map a ton. Super replayable. The only reason it's not near perfect, honestly, is because all the glitches on it. I remember like first time I ever did the Easter egg, we got invisible zombie glitch that we couldn't kill, so we just killed us all. We're like, we're not gonna deal with this. It was annoying. GK near perfect, dude. The more I go back and play this map, the more I'm like, wow, this was an awesome map. So they had the shield, the new shield with I don't remember what it was called, where you could shoot the fire blast and then also be immune to fire. The dragons, the little mini dragon that came out, the dragon strike, just a cool theme in general. And the Easter egg was pretty cool too. Not the best, but I mean it's the iconic had a few iconic steps in it, and it's soloable as well. Revelations, dude, I'm going great. Like if you want to play like I had like a 2 hour round 100. Like if you want to play a map and don't really like care, don't have anything specific in mind, this is the map for you. Like It had everything on it, quite literally. Like they just took everything in Zombies and dumped it in this map, which is why it's great, but it's also why it's terrible because it could be easy, and the Easter egg's really long, and there's a lot of little features to this map. So I think it's a great map, dude. I like if I would go back and play like a Black Ops 3 game, I'd probably just play this and just sit chill at the Verrucht area. Voyage of Despair. Real good. Um, the setting was cool, but the map layout was very not good, very like clunky. Um, and the Easter egg was meh at best. But the Kraken was kind of cool, and it was fairly replayable. The pack punch system wasn't terrible. I think we're going average. We're going average. Actually, now that I think about it, the only thing I really going for it was the atmosphere, and everything else wasn't good. 9 will go great. I don't know if people expected this one to be as good as it was on launch, but it ended up being ended up being the map that everyone played. Super simple layout, easy to understand, cool setting. I don't know what else you need. Like it's just a great map. I'd say the Wonder Weapon's lackluster. And the Black Ops 4 pack punch system kind of sucked. That's the only two things that brought it down. Well, they're dead. I'm going good. I mean, this would probably be a great map had Mob of the Dead not existed, but this is like not an improvement on Mob of the Dead. That's the only reason with it. Standalone map, it's not terrible. Easter egg, one of the hardest Easter eggs. I despise this Easter egg with a passion. But yeah, it's not as bad as people make it out to be. It's just the fact that Mob was so much better, and it was like came out 5 years before it. Classified, I'm gonna go great. Um, it's basically like 5 but better. Um, that's really the only difference. Black Ops 4, which I don't mind the Black Ops 4 engine. It's just the Black Ops 4 pack punch system is terrible. You have to upgrade your weapon 4 times. Like who the fuck thought that was a good idea, Treyarch? Like come on, man. The Winter's Howl still meh, but I think it's cool that they took 5 and like added some shit to it and made it cool. Dead. Actually, we're gonna put it next to 5 because like I said, it's the same map, just slightly better. Dead of the Night. No, it's a great map, dude. I don't care what anyone says. It's one of the coolest settings in Zombies history. Like on a mansion, like this dude's fucking mansion, and there's vampires and graveyards and shit. I don't know. The theme's cool. The silver bullets were awesome. The werewolves didn't really make sense, but or the werewolf boss and the Easter egg did make sense, but I was okay with it. I don't know. I enjoyed that Easter egg. The tuning forks. It's just fucking cool. Okay, I don't care what anyone says. Silver bullets, vampires, haunted mansion, ancient evil. Oof. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put it near perfect because I think it's the best of the Black Ops 4 maps, which once again wasn't the worst engine to play in. But like Pegasus, the Four Fists, like any map with like 4 different wonder weapons is cool. Other than the next one, which we're gonna get to. Uh, yeah, Pegasus, like I said, the Greek, like the entire like just Greek and Norse mythology theme of the map was cool. What was the I don't know what that extra area was called where like Pack Punch was and everything, or you have to ride Pegasus, but that was cool. And the cutscene. I mean, Alpha Omega, terrible. I don't know what it was about this map, but I didn't even play it. Like, not replayable at all. That's my main issue with it. I had no intent to go and play it again. I guess like the Mark II upgrades were a cool idea, but dude, no, it's just a worse Nuketown. Tag, great. Um, yeah, it's basically like Mob of the Dead, but reimagined, which I like. Easter egg wasn't bad. Had that whole like up area. I don't remember what it was called. The bunker, I think. The bunker area. The fucking hermit. I think that's hilarious that it's this collectathon for him. Um, atmosphere is cool. You could freeze. Um, and the one thing about Black Ops 4 is it had like the gauntlets, which I think were good on all these maps. I don't know if they had one for Alpha Omega, but I never played it, so because that map fucking sucks. But I wouldn't play. I'd play it on any of these other maps. D Machine, good. I think this is like a very good example of like an average. Well, I no above average. I mean, good is average in terms of Treyarch Zombies, and average is below average, and below average is way below average. But I digress. D Machine, I think it's like the precedent for like the newer Zombies maps. You know, it wasn't amazing, wasn't terrible. Um, uh, Basically, kind of a remake of Knocked, right? Not really. It was like a reimagined version, like a kind of like a sequel to Knocked, I'd say, more so than like a remake. But it kind of introduced the Cold War zombies, and I love the Cold War zombie system. I think it's very underrated. But below average, Firebase Z, dude. When it first came out, it wasn't even that much fun. I remember it was when I had my old PC, so I just fucking crash all the time on this map, which maybe I'm biased because of that. But I don't know, the Ray K was cool and all, but the map just wasn't that replayable in my opinion. That's all it was. Ooh, Firebreak, Outbreak. That's good. Outbreak's very chill. You know, you have a lot of downtime in between running to places. And you know the difficulty doesn't pick up after what round 11. Round 11's the same, which I think is cool. It's subject like basically you get set up and then you just objective rush and to get Ethereum, and I think that's really cool. It gets pretty fucking insane as you go on. Um, and I don't know, it's just good casual game mode. Like the Easter egg, I had two Easter eggs. I've only done one of them, but the Easter egg wasn't bad either. It's interesting. Mauer, great. I think we can all agree that's the best Cold War zombies map. Um, Cool, interesting wonder weapon. I don't know if it was cool. It was interesting. Added the mule kick perk machine, the trains, Klaus. Good Easter egg. Hard boss fight. Only done it one time because of that. Uh, I don't. It's set in like, just the Germantown. I don't remember the setting for whatever reason, but good setting. And you know the Cold War engine was pretty good. Ooh, we're gonna go Forsaken good. Um, yeah, I mean I'm just because I haven't played a ton of this map. I'm just thinking about it. And you know the wonder weapon is melee, which I think was cool. That was innovative. Um, the first room doesn't have like rounds; it's just continuous. I mean the round advances, but it's not round based. Death perception in the starting room, right? Um, Fast travel system. Yeah, I think it's a decent map. Added the abomination, so it has a decent amount of difficulty. The Easter egg was kind of insane, like the last step, but other than that, it's pretty average Easter egg. So yeah, good. Let me just look through. Yeah, top five maps down up here. I would agree with these top five. Maybe like switch some of these up there. Um, just make sure. Yeah, you know what, farm, you're going down there. I mean, see, like I said, there's not that many like bad slash below average Treyarch Zombies map. They're all pretty bangers. Oh, I'm not ranking these because I haven't played them. By the way, I don't even know what these are from. Well, I know Duran Fong's Vanguard, but I never got that game. Um, Onslaught's not on here, but I put that like right next to Outbreak because I think they're parallel to each other. But yeah, I mean, I'm not. They're not ranked like in the individual tiers. I'm gonna actually do this first row. Yeah, actually, I like that order. I think one, two, three, four, five. I think that's my top five. You know, well, let's go back through real quick. Okay, what do I think is the best in this tier? No, that's too much because these are all hard to decide between. I mean, I got what 13 in each. Yeah, but those that top five and that bottom three, I think that's probably the worst. Yeah, I think that's a good order. Um, so that's the top five and the bottom three, and then everything else in the middle. I'm okay with this. If you disagree, you're wrong and I'm right. I actually had, you know, criteria went over at the beginning, Easter egg, whatnot. I think, let's see, the hottest take I had, definitely Dead of the Night being a great map. And the coldest take I had was these three maps. I mean, like, it's kind of basic to have these three in the top five, but I definitely agree. But, you know, if you agree with me, then great. If you don't, then fuck off. But I think I'm going to end it here.